So for today's class, we're gonna give some feedback for our other artists that are in here. And if you haven't done so yet, I would when you open this up, there's directions on the first page, and I would just follow these directions. So first one says, find the next slide that is available. Don't skip down to the bottom. Number two says, put your name at the top of the slide. And three says, insert the screenshot of your work. Press insert image and find your image. So if you already have your image in there, great. If you're interested in screen shooting, because it's a lot faster sometimes, here's some videos if you don't know how to on Chromebook, HP, Lebanov, and iPad. So if you haven't done so, please post your artwork in here so that we can give you some feedback, even if it's not done. So if you open up Pixlr and you grab a picture or you have it from your last post and you haven't worked on it, that's totally fine. It's not due this week, it is due next week. So we want to give you feedback on it so that you can make any improvements necessary or even things to just think about. So our next step for this, once you have yours in, and you can pause the video for them to post their artwork in. So the thing that we're actually doing today is giving feedback through a praise, question, to polish, stating something positive, and then just asking a question like, what happens if you blank? So what happens if you move your person to the left? Or what happens if you make this smaller? Or what happens if you pull these things closer? Just questions that you're pondering about to kind of get them to think about, well, what would happen if I did this, right? Let's encourage them to make those changes. And then give a polish, a suggestion of what to edit. So thinking about that, a praise. And remember, when we're doing this, you can do Option, Command, and M. And if you press those all at once, I think, will it work in here? No, it might not work because I'm in a video. So I'm going to go Insert, Comment, and it should pop up. There you go. So praise. I love the way she is in the middle of the page. She is the focus, right? So you can tell she's the focus because she's in the middle, and I think it really stands out. If I don't know what to do next, I can always go up here. Ask a question. What happens if you? All right, so my question, what happens if you? Um, let's see. What happens if you post or include some of her poetry, right? What happens if you include some of her poetry? I don't know if the hill we climb is part of it, or maybe that's the name of it. I'd have to do some research. But I know that there was like some statements that were like really powerful in her messaging. So think about what happens if you included that. And then the next one is give a polish, suggestions of what to edit. This one feels really strong. I think they did a great job of erasing everything around her. Um, I think these fists are really powerful. It's always a powerful image. Um, I'm wondering if they could be bigger or if it's more. Like, are these people in the stands or in the crowd that are doing that? Is it a part of the stage design? So maybe just incorporating the fists. I really like that question, like what happens if they move closer, right? I would also like to know like about the TED. So um, why TED? I know that's a TV. Well, it's more like a um, not a podcast, but lecture series So I'm wondering if she's on that or what. Um, because I know this figure and I know where she is here, but sometimes that TED can be a little bit confusing. And it might just be something from her past, so maybe we can include it in some way. Because right now it looks like she's talking at a TED conference because TED is right in front. So just some things to think about, and then you're going to press comment. You're going to do that for 5 people. Praise something positive. Ask a question. What happens if you blink? And then give a polish. Suggestions of what to edit. Maybe think about adding different color to the background or what have you. So then taking this feedback and then applying it to your work. So you are going to do this for 5 people and giving them feedback. If you don't have yours in here, then unfortunately you won't be able to get feedback from your peers. So make sure you pop your stuff in there, even if it's not done, because they will give you some really good feedback. All right, have fun.